As the weather starts to be a bit kinder, some people are getting to grips with that project they've been putting off in the garden. But even for experts like Claire Forster, who works in Exeter, you can never be too careful when a job involves digging.
You've got to make sure where all your utilities are, your drain pipes, electricity, because otherwise it can be expensive and it can cause a lot of damage to your property.
A study's found that in the last year, more than half of us have done a bit of digging, be that for a fence or maybe even a new shed. But a quarter of us wouldn't check for pipes or cables underground before picking up one of these. Cheryl Miller's well aware of what can happen if you do hit something. She had a fence put up at a house she owns. 6 months later, the local water company got in touch.
There was some flooding in the rear gardens of some houses further along, and obviously it's because the whole sort of like sewage system is kind of connected, and by our contractor going into some pipe work in the back, we'd caused a break in that system, and so we had to get that rectified in order for the flooding to be rectified.
The trouble is that Steve doesn't know who he needs to contact.
If you don't know what pipes and cables run under your garden, there are a number of ways to check, from going to utility companies to having a scan of the ground done, or even using an online service on your phone.
It's not just the damages to yourself, but other people could be relying on things that go through the garden. So it might be the broadband for your homeschooling or the electricity to keep the lights on, but it could be your next door neighbour. There could be something in your garden that crosses your garden to serve someone else. So it's not just the safety element, but also the knock-on effect of outages of someone else not being able to use the electricity or the gas perhaps.
Cheryl's urging anyone who's planning on doing work to tread carefully and keep a close eye out for signs of services underground to avoid any potential problems surfacing. Otis Holmes, ITV News.